The original New Year dates in both the Hebrew, Jewish, and Roman calendars were distinct, reflecting the different cultures' historical and religious traditions. Hebrew, Jewish New Year. The original New Year in the Hebrew calendar was called Rosh Hashanah, which today marks the beginning of the Jewish year and is observed on the 1st and 2nd of Tishrei, usually falling in September or October. However, historically, the Hebrew calendar has multiple New Year observances. 1. Rosh Hashanah, 1 Tishrei. This is the major New Year celebrated in the fall, which marks the beginning of the civil year in the Jewish tradition. It is a time of reflection and repentance. 2. Nisan, 1 Nisan, the first month of the ecclesiastical religious year in the Hebrew calendar is Nisan, which corresponds to the time of the Exodus from Egypt. This new year, though, was initially significant as the start of the liturgical and agricultural year, not the civil year. In ancient Israel, Nisan 1 was a major New Year celebration, especially as it related to the sacred calendar and the festivals, like Passover, that took place in the spring. Roman, Julian, and Gregorian New Year. The Roman New Year date evolved over time. 1. March 1st, original Roman New Year, before 153 BCE. The Roman calendar began on March 1st Martius. This was the beginning of the new year in early Roman history, and it aligned with the natural cycle of the spring equinox, which marked the start of the military campaigning season and the renewal of civic life. 2. January 1st, adopted under Julius Caesar in 45 BCE. Julius Caesar reformed the Roman calendar by instituting the Julian calendar, which set January 1st as the beginning of the new year. This change aligned the calendar with the sun's movement rather than with the moon or agricultural cycles. The shift to January 1st also had political and religious significance, as the date was associated with the consuls, who were the highest elected officials in Rome and took office on this day. Under the Julian calendar and later the Gregorian calendar, introduced in 1582, January 1st became firmly established as the start of the new year in the Western world. Summary. Hebrew Jewish New Year. The civil New Year is Rosh Hashanah on 1 Tishrei, but the religious New Year, beginning of the sacred year, was originally 1 Nisan. Roman New Year, originally March 1st in early Roman times, later changed to January 1st after the Julian calendar reform in 45 BCE.